Hello and welcome to another episode of Race to Wealth on the Boss of Houston Network. I'm your host, Vanessa Harrison.
And I'm your host, Delcine Thomas.
So here we talk about wealth, lifestyle, and habits to keep you financially fit for today and for generations to come. Usually we start out our show giving the intention of our show, and the intention for today's show is, well, the title is The Golden Goose Effect. So we're going to be talking about the Golden Goose Effect, and we're going to talk about some tools that we have at our fingertips that we might not even be fully utilizing. So just think about it. If you were able to make a couple of tweaks in what you already do that makes a big difference year round, wouldn't you want to know and wouldn't you want to do something about it? So we're going to be talking about that, and here we are to talk a little bit about wealth. So let's get into it.
Awesome. So for the story of today, we're going to talk about it. So to be rich, number one, think about it, dream about it, imagine it. To be rich and famous is a dream for so many people. Some people hope to be rich by chance, like buying a winning lottery ticket, or getting an inheritance from your family, or if you find going to the slot machines. That's another way. Other than that, it could be finding a valuable piece of glassware or a vase or something like that, a painting. Just imagine so many people have done that. But reality is that this does not always happen, as we know. For most people, getting accidentally rich seems to be more possible in tales and in stories. It has happened in real life. So don't get me wrong, okay? Don't get me wrong now. Many people get their hands onto extravagant life of their dreams by chance or luck. Most people by hard work. We work hard and we get there. Okay, here are some interesting stories about people who got rich. Yes, people that got rich by chance and benefited, and some didn't. Check it out.
Okay, well, we were looking it up online the other day and saw a lot of people. There's so many stories about people who got rich by chance, and when we think about people getting rich by chance, you think about, first thing I thought was the lottery. So we went and looked at some people's story on the lottery. There was one man, his name was John Whitaker, and he got so rich overnight. He got a Powerball, and he won $315 million. So overnight, he had $315 million.
Wow.
Do you know that he was a giving man? So he bought 2 churches. He put those together. He put together a foundation where he was giving to people, simply because they asked if they needed money for their home or their electricity or whatever. He was giving money to them. He bought some cars for some people. And but then all kinds of things started to go wrong. His daughter had a drug habit and all kinds of other things. Their house burned down. In the end, the man wished that he had never gotten it at all. Whew. Can you imagine having that much?
How much did you say?
$315 million.
Oh, that makes me nervous.
And in the end, he said he's just going to be known as the lunatic who won the lottery and lost it all. And terrible.
And you know what? Within that story, a lot of it has to do with your mindset, not having to be been in the company of other millionaires or even family members that knew how to use money to invest.
Right. But that's a good point, because there was another man who his name was
Right.
Yancey Hicks, and he started out, he was working at McDonald's,
Mm-hmm.
and so he was earning a living, and when he won the lottery. I think it was like, I don't know how many millions it was, but when he hit the lottery, he said, I'm working here at McDonald's, but I think that I could really run a franchise. So Yancey Hicks he applied for and bought into a Subway franchise, and it's a franchise that's very notable,
Wow.
and he built it and still is successful to this day. He did get some of those luxury things.
Good.
Like he got himself a house,
Yes.
a luxury car, and all that. But he was a success. He invested in a business, an asset that would bring him wealth for his lifetime.
Exactly.
That was
Wow.
really cool.
Well, that was awesome. So, I have a story as well on someone that I happened to meet just recently, and as you know, a lot of us have met a lot of millionaires. So this particular person, her name is Tiana Von Johnson. She was the first black African American woman at the age of 27 to make her first million on Wall Street. And again, we were just talking about the mindset and things like that. Fortunately, it was in real estate. She was the first broker on Wall Street. And the fortunate thing is her story, the way that hers went was the fact that she, of course, went into real estate. And getting into real estate, she became very educated about real estate, and then from there she started to see where brokers were making a lot more money because they're running the show. So she decided that, hey, I want to run the show too. But through trials and tribulations, you're going to make a lot of money. She began to make millions and millions and millions. And so that's some of the things, the way up to her life went. But I wanted to just say, within doing that, she started giving back. So what she did also is she became a branding coach around the world. That's awesome. Yeah. She's also helped to publish women. She had a magazine where she published women. Big magazine calling Women Doing It Big. That's the name of her magazine. And of course, on the newsstands in New York, her magazines are in Barnes and Nobles. Her books are in Barnes and Nobles as well. And of course, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. She began to travel the world and also put on events to help people and to show people how to invest in their business.
Mm-hmm. That is amazing.
That was by chance, because we were talking about the fact that people get rich in all kinds of ways.
Mm-hmm. It was by chance, and when she saw her chance, she took it.
And
ran with it.
And that's what you have to do.
Mm-hmm. And she is in meeting her and getting to know her, it's good to work with someone like her,
Exactly.
And I also want to give a big shout out to Shamir Bacon, who is like the founder of Boss of Houston
Network.
Another incredible boss who is doing amazing things. So we're excited. We're so excited to work
Definitely.
with her.
Always
So
a millionaire already made.
For sure. Oh, and there's another lady who is, in our time. I love getting on calls with her every day. Nicola. Nicola Smith Jackson. She is a very powerful woman. She is the founder of the Pink Millionaire Club. She's an ordained minister, and she has no shame in making sure God is at the forefront of her business. She's a marketing analyst. She's a 9-figure finance strategist, and she is a pinnacle leader. She's a coach. She's an author, a mentor, and so many more things for us. And we appreciate all of her, guidance and leadership and everything that she does.
Everything.
Both of these women are well, all three of these women, all of these people,
and all of these people
who have really thought about where they're going, financially, and how they can stay on top of things. They have a mindset just like a lot of our viewers and listeners who are interested in their finances and exactly which direction to go on the roadmap. I've heard people say something, and I don't know if anyone's ever said this before, but I've heard people say, I wish I had so much money, I didn't know what to do with it.
My God, what a statement to say. Words coming from your mouth, and as we do know, you get what you say. So if you have ever heard anyone say, I don't know what to do with money, please get in contact with me. I would love to help you. 832-458-8960. Myself or Miss Vanessa Harris, we will gladly help you to navigate.
936-668-6355.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what's up. Okay. So give us a call.
Yeah, when a statement like that is made, it's such a deep statement, because do you really want so much money that you don't know what to do with it?
Really?
If you have a lot, you definitely want to know what to do with it, because there are extremes.
Oh, yeah.
I know I have been in different situations before. There are different extremes. So some people, when they get into a bad situation, they're counting every penny. They know how much the lunch is going to cost, because the ramen costs this much and they need this much gas money to get to this place. And, they're pinching their pennies. So they're counting every single bit to make sure that they can do what they need to do to get to the next step. And then also people who are extremely wealthy, they are doing the same thing.
That's right.
Even, they're talking about putting their money into this asset and that asset. They have to calculate even how much they are donating to different organizations. When it comes to tax breaks and all of that, they are calculating every penny, just like someone who is in poverty is doing.
That's right.
They're both doing the same thing. They're minding their pennies, minding their dollars, minding their millions, whatever it is.
Right.
The people who are not doing that are people who are the middle class. The people who could go either way, who could go, who could be in poverty or who could be wealthy. Those are the ones who are like throwing their money here, throwing their money there, but the only thing they're not realizing is that they're in a position where they could go either way.
Exactly.
And that's important to realize, because you do need your money to be going towards building you up. You do need your finance. You do need to have your mind on that. Some people might have the image of, Ebenezer Scrooge counting all his stuff, the duck from, from the movie, Ebenezer Scrooge, who, kicked out the other guy on Christmas Day, and he had all these little kids. Y'all know I bring it back to education or kids stuff, because I have kids and I'm a teacher and all that. Anyway. But it is great to be mindful of what you have, where you're going, what you're doing with yourself, your time, your energy, your money, and your words.
And your
words are powerful.
Very powerful. I've been in the position that she's talking about. So I have had and I have not had. And the times that I didn't have, I was counting. And that was just the way life was going. You have a job, you work 40 hours a week, you have bills to pay. Sometimes you overspend in certain areas where you may not have meaning to do, but you did. And now you're like, oh my God, you're stealing from Peter to pay Paul. And then when I had a lot at one time, God was blessing, I wasn't educated as I am now. I was educated. I know to pay my bills. But the thing about it is, are you educated enough to know when to invest when you have some additional funds? Are you educated enough to know that when you need to pay, when you want your credit score to go up, to pay a little bit more on that bill and pay it down and on the credit cards and things like that. So that's what we're talking about as well. So I wanted to ask you, what's your definition of rich? Just think about it a few minutes. One of the quotes from one of the author that I was just talking about, Tiana Von Johnson, she mentioned, I'm not here to be average. I'm here to live, not just a normal life. What do you need to do that? We need finances. We need our life to be in order, so we have to find some structure be a little bit more disciplined. And we're talking about from experience. We're not just talking just to be talking, because we've all been in certain situations.
Yeah.
So that's why we're here to share this information with you.
Yeah, I definitely have been in different situations where I was counting, and then been in a situation where I got a lot all at one time, and I was like, wow, this is great. And then I've blown it, and then I've gotten a large amount, and I've started investing it. I've been in all kinds of situations, but at this point in my life, with the lessons that I've learned, it's so important to invest in yourself, to invest in whatever it is that you want. If it is to improve your credit, if it is to organize your portfolio, then that's what needs to be done. It's not, sometimes, we talk about credit restoration, but also it's important to stress how important it is to have your finances organized. And even when it comes down to calculating, like your net worth. That's another thing that's important for people to know and look at, so that you can make any changes that need to be made.
Yeah, and on one more note, Denise, I wanted to say, when you were just talking about that, one of the other things that's very important is your health. And the more you have your finances in order, I'm not saying it has to be perfect, but the more you press in, and the more you just tell yourself, I'm going to do way better than I've been doing, and you actually start to do it, it's less stress, y'all. It really is. And again, that's why we're here, to give y'all some more information on how we can help you with less stress.
Less stress. Okay.
So your net worth.
Net worth.
Right.
There was something else that I was... It was in a book. I was reading a book. I don't recall exactly which one it was, but it might have been Jim Rohn or something like that. He was saying how important it is. You were talking about your health, and in your health, there are certain things that you need to do. If you say, I want to be fit, I want to be healthy, and then when you go to the grocery store, then your budget needs to show that you're putting this much towards fruits and vegetables, this much towards vitamins, however you decide that health is for you, and then that's where your money should be going, is towards, the things that are healthiest for you. Because I know Delphine, she is, when you talk with her, she's so good about, listen, I'm getting this plant-based this, and, she's going to run and everything. I said, this is inspiration for me. And later today, I'm meeting with a lady. She's preparing some things for us, so that I don't have to think about it every single day.
Less stress.
Yeah, less stress. I want things to be prepared, so that I don't have to have my mind power on the decisions that I need to make on what I'm going to eat today, those kind of things. And it's the same way with your finances, like you were saying with the getting your bills automatically drafted out.
Automatically drafted, yes.
It's less stress for you.
It's less stress, y'all. Do that. I mean, if you haven't started it, when I started it, and just speaking of that, I remember before I started doing that, I was like, I got this. I'm going to pay my bills on time, and they would come 3 or 4 months, the rent, your cell phone, your rent, or your mortgage, your car note, your car insurance, Instead of having that on your mind like that, just, and thinking that you can do it. Now, if there's some good people out here, they're on the spot type of mentality. They pay their bills every month. They do it physically themselves. But we're talking about the ones, that need a little bit of help. Get auto pay. Oh my God. I'm like, I'm sitting back chilling. I'm like, I may check to make sure it was done. But other than that, you really don't have to check, because guess what? When you look at your bank account, you're going to see car note taken out.
Yeah.
Cell phone taken out, you're going to see the withdrawal. But it's just so much easier. You can have time with your kids. You don't have to, be stressed or worry about, did I pay that bill? I forgot to pay that bill. And the more we don't pay them, what happened.
Yeah. And so, the budgeting tool, it helps so much with that too, because if you already have it budgeted in, that you're going to have this amount taken out, that amount taken out, then you already know, and you're reminded that it's coming, so that budgeting tool is important. And then we were talking about the net worth calculation.
Yep, we have a net worth calculator.
So you can know what is your net worth. We hear about people's $1 billion net worth, their millions of dollars in net worth.
Right.
But how does an ordinary person person know what their net worth is and then start scaling upwards so that you can have a very high net worth. To even start scaling upwards, you got to have a plan in place.
And we have that program in our business to help you. So let me give you a couple of tips. So how do you know what your net worth, or how do you determine what your net worth is? So a couple of things: utilizing our net worth systems help you manage your net worth. In other words, maximizing your assets and minimizing your liabilities, right?
Right.
So we were talking about that.
Because your net worth is, what are the assets that you have that are bringing in income, and then what are your liabilities, like the things that you are paying out of that pocket of assets, and then what you have left over, like after the difference between the two,
and
is going to be your net worth.
Your net worth. And another thing, as far as what she's saying, so you can have current liabilities, which are short liabilities, which are things that are due within a year, and then you can have non-current liabilities, which are long-term bills that are due after a year or more. That's good info.
Yeah,
That's
it
good
is.
info.
Yes,
That's what's up.
Yes, it is. So you have those short-term liabilities that maybe you have this liability until this certain time.
Right, like a medical bill.
Yeah.
That you need to pay off, and it's $50.
That could be something. Then once it's paid off, it's no longer a liability, and your net worth goes up once that is paid off. And then you have those long-term ones who go over for several years. And then you have those contingent liabilities.
Right.
And the contingent liabilities are the ones that people who are very wealthy, they make sure that they factor these in, because contingent liabilities are those things that might come up. So if you have an apartment that you're renting out to people, but right around December, washer and dryers usually break, then you have it in your budget that these are some contingent liabilities that might come up. Or maybe if you are running a club, and then that right around the 4th of July or Juneteenth or Thanksgiving, that usually you have certain things to happen around this time of the year. And then you make room for those contingent liabilities.
And also including a couple of more things that you can include is your income taxes.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was reading up on. Your bank account. When you overdraw or overdrafts, that's liabilities. Because that's going to cost you money.
Oh, yeah. And that's why all the banks want you to get an account there, because really, if people get an account there and they overdraw, that's where they make a lot of their money. And then also when people deposit in there, they can use those funds for whatever reason. While it's not in your pocket, it's in their pocket. They can use it for whatever whatever you sign the contract to say.
Right, exactly. So we were sharing information about the savings goals.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about that, and again, tips on, just how to save your money. Like, it's not like people don't know how to save your money, but this particular program that we have, it's electronic, it's online, and you can actually put your digits in, your cost of rent, mortgage, car note, just expenses when you go to the market. The things that money you're going to spend on your children, and things like that, a vacation. So when you can put that in the system, and it'll act, if you want to pay down things, or if you want to take a trip, it will actually help you to calculate how much you need to take that trip, and how long it will take you to save what you need for that trip.
Right. So if you want to take a trip in November, but you still want to do your Christmas shopping, then you can save for both of them in a way that when November comes, your Christmas shopping is either done, or you have a pot for that, for all your Christmas shopping.
Exactly.
And then you have some savings for also the trip at the same time, because in August and November, if you're taking a cruise or a trip, it's usually less expensive in August, I think it is. But you can save for those things, and then still live like you would normally live because you've been saving all
This
along
time.
in a
Right.
stress-free environment.
Stress-free, right.
We're all
Even if
about
it's
stress-free.
$50 or $25, I mean, just save it. You want to take that trip. Who doesn't want to go on a trip?
Yeah.
And you don't just have to be rich. Even though we're talking about rich and wealthy, but money does help solve a lot of problems.
Yeah.
You know,
And then whatever it is that you want, and then you've got to say with your own words, like what is it that you want to go on with your life. And then your actions will follow that. I know there was a Bible verse that some people get to a certain point in this and then they forget about the last part. But the verses went like this, and you might have heard the story before. I'm not a Bible scholar. I'm not, and that will be evident. But so this sower was going around and he was sowing seeds, and he was sowing in different kinds of ground. Like there was one kind of ground, it was stony and it was kind of shallow and the plant wouldn't spring up. And then there was another one, it was one wasn't very deep, another one was stony, another one had prickly thorns and the thorns choked it out. And then the sower sowed in good ground. And when he sowed in good ground, and then the plant sprang up,
right.
And then so in this story, the Lord was talking to them as in parables. But the people who stayed with him, they stayed back to ask him, okay, you're talking in parables, but what is it exactly that you're saying? And so this is the part that doesn't often get told. But Jesus told them that the sowing, what they're sowing is the word. The word is what you're sowing. So whatever it is that you want to do with your life, you've got to put the words out there, because you're sowing word here, you're sowing word there. And wherever you say things, it might fall on different kinds of ground. It might be where somebody hears it and it goes in one ear and out the other ear.
Right.
It might be where you put the word out there for somebody, and some people receive it, but when they get to talking to other people about it, and then it instantly leaves them, And then sometimes you can tell people good information, and you can speak the words into their life, and they will receive those words and actually do something really good with it. I know the other day we were talking about Truebill. I went on a Truebill and saw I had all these subscriptions. Remember I said it shows all the subscriptions if you're paying $3.99 here, $12.99 there, $5.99
Yeah, you were telling me about
there.
that.
And saw all of my subscriptions and was able to cancel some of those.
Yeah.
I try to take the words that I receive and do something with them right away.
Right.
Write them down, do something with them so that I can progress in my life. And so that's our intention for being here, is to give you guys word that's going to be good for you, and it's also good for us in our life, so that we can all be wealthy, we can all benefit, we can all
Exactly.
benefit.
And I know a lot of people, listeners out there, or you might have friends that have heard this, that you have what you say, and that is so true. I mean, there is some you just have what you say. It's so true. It's just like you say, I'm sick, I feel so sick, I feel so bad. Now, if you are sick and you do feel bad, but you want to get better, so, you want to watch what you're saying, because you're speaking words over your body. Now, if you have to go get medical care, of course you go get medical care and do what you have to do, but at the same time you want to feel better, so just start speaking words of wisdom over yourself. I am going to get better, I am going to feel better, this headache is going away. Talk to yourself, encourage yourself.
These finances are improving.
Your finance, that's right.
Our listeners are benefiting from everything that we put out into the atmosphere.
That's right. The word of God said, I wish above all things that you may prosper and
as
be in good health as your soul prospers. The Lord says that. So for all of you out there that believe in the word that you hear all the time, speak to yourself, encourage yourself. And that's what we have to do. It's enough negative as it is, you know what I mean? But it definitely does work. Sometimes you got to encourage yourself. And if you need somebody to encourage you, call me, 832-458-8960. I have a lot of good books I'm reading. I'll be gladly to share them with you. And once again, we can talk, because I do have a lot of answers. I don't know if it's going to be the answer you want. And I'm not a doctor, but We all have been through some things in our life, and they have been good, bad, and ugly, and we've survived them. So if you survive some things in life, you can keep on surviving. You just have to keep pressing in, whether it's financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever it is, you are going to make it. Me and Miss Vanessa will help you as much as we can. Okay,
That's
so
right.
what else we got? I'm sorry, I had to go.
You guys know we love chatting with you guys.
Right. Yeah.
And we are looking forward to bringing you some more.
Okay.
So for
Definitely.
now, we're going to take a
Little
quick
break.
commercial break, and we
Awesome.
can't wait to see you back here. Don't go anywhere. Come right
All right.
back.
Oh my God! I just got through watching a great show on Boss Up Houston Network. Have you heard? They're bossing up, okay? And I heard they're looking for you. Any podcasters, talk show hosts, if you're a writer or producer, we definitely need you. Come aboard and boss up.
Are you a small business owner that is struggling to promote your company?
Our topic today is what's your status?
Shoot the dice at this
Hey,
point.
you just shooting the dice, roll the dice.
So,
Yes.
Hey, how y'all doing? It's attorneys. Victoria Blanco.
I love it.
Imagine being televised on a national platform. How about being a host or sponsor on a syndicated podcast? Or being featured on exclusive promotions and interview for your product to your ideal customer? Hi, I'm Kayla Sneed, and I'm head of sales with Boss Up Houston. And here at Boss Up, we like to help small business owners and entrepreneurs advertise, promote, or become a sponsor for one of our television, podcast, or radio shows. All you have to do is click the link down below to see if you qualify. I'll be seeing you soon.
This is Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to more information about wealth, riches, and a lot of good other stuff. So, we're going to give you some information, a story about the golden goose. Check this out.
Okay, so our show is titled The Golden Goose, but have you guys ever heard that story before? The Golden Goose is a story. It's like an Aesop's fable, and it's about this man who is an average farmer. Like every day, he goes out and feeds his different animals. He's got horses, cows, chickens. He's got a modest farm, a small house, and he takes care of his land. But he had everything that he needed, but still he was just barely getting by with his necessities. And he had this goose, and the goose wasn't laying any eggs or anything. And then one day when he went out early in the morning, hardworking man, he went out early in the morning to collect the eggs, and he saw this heavy stone. He went to his wife and said, "Look, somebody stole the egg and left us a stone." She said, "Let me see that. I don't think that's a stone." She turned it around in her hand. She looked at it. She said, I think you need to visit the goldsmith." So the man, when he went to go and sell his eggs that day, he took the stone of an egg, the shiny stone of an egg, to the goldsmith, and the goldsmith got all excited. He said, "Oh my gosh, this is pure gold." He weighed it, he examined it, and he gave the man so much money. The man was like, "Oh, really?
Shocked.
Oh my gosh, we got a golden egg." He went, he bought a dress for his wife and brought it back to her. So nice, right?
Yeah.
Then the next day, he went out to collect eggs again. and he wasn't expecting to see anything another day, but there it was, another golden egg. So he was excited. Once again, this time he didn't think it was a stone. He took it right with his other eggs to the market, went to the goldsmith, and exchanged it for some more money. And every single day he went out to collect eggs, he found a golden egg. And he realized that it was coming from the goose that originally wasn't laying any eggs at all. The goose was just hanging around until the goose started laying these golden eggs. Then, so after this started happening day after day after day, he started improving his living. He got a bigger farm. He built a bigger house. He and his wife were living high on the hog. They were just living it up, right? They were living so good. And then, so after they got more and more money, and they said, we really need more than one egg a day. This goose is just giving us one egg a day. We need more. And they started looking at that goose like, I know you got a lot of eggs in your belly, so maybe you and I could slaughter this goose and just take all the eggs out, and then we'll have them all at one time.
Oh my God.
So that's what they did. They grabbed that goose.
Wow.
Slaughtered the goose.
Oh no.
Cut the goose.
Oh no.
And looked for the eggs, and there was not a single egg there.
I hope there's no children on the line. Cover their ears.
Sorry for the kids. But then they not only did that, there was no eggs there. They lost the one egg they were getting every
day.
Single day. So
horrible.
If you find that something is working for you, don't mess it up.
Don't mess it up.
Don't mess it up. Don't get greedy.
You know
the moral of this story. Don't get greedy.
That's the moral of the story of the golden Oh, and we wanted to relate that with, unfortunately, we have to bring it, y'all. Credit repair. It could be a golden egg.
There are a lot of things that are golden eggs because as you keep laying the bricks of your finances, every bit of it is a golden egg. You get your credit restored. You put savings goals there. You start to buy assets that bring you more money and more income. You start paying attention to where your dollars are going. You pay attention to what your words are saying. You pay attention to all of these little bits and pieces, they are bricks or golden eggs.
Right.
You go out and you tend to your golden egg every single day. Credit repair, savings, and all of that.
Everything. That's perfect. That is so true. That's
true.
That's good.
We also hope you guys like that story. That was a good one, right?
Yeah,
the golden goose effect, because when you hear the title,
ever thought to use it like that?
Yeah,
I love it.
When you hear the title, you're like, golden goose effect.
Goose,
what do you mean? Well, everything that you do for your finances is a golden egg. Every single bit of it, every step.
It is.
So take care of your golden eggs and, don't take advantage. Just do it the right way.
Definitely.
Do it the right way.
And speaking of that, we also have our system called a program called the YFL, Youth Foundation Literacy Program.
Kids are
a golden
the future.
egg.
Kids are the future.
Kids are the future. I mean, really, we all are the future, but children are the future.
We were kids.
That's true.
Children of the Lord,
but with this program, everyone can use it. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
We do have a 2-part to it.
Yes, we do.
Where we have a scholarship program as well. But first of all, we do have the YFL, which is pertaining to Youth Foundation Literacy Program, which this program goes out across the United States. Our programs are in all 50 states of the United States. This is a program where we help kids to get more educated about financial literacy. Program, we take it into the school system where we talk, of course, we share the information with the teacher or a principal and give them the information on how they can educate the children in their school. And after that, we give them a donation. Now, we're talking about donations that we have to give to every school, every middle school and every high school throughout the United States.
Yes,
All right.
yes. So the YFL, the Youth Financial Literacy Foundation, is a foundation that we have that allows kids to be educated
Yes.
on the matters of personal finance.
Yes.
So, of course, we all want the kids in our nation to be more educated
Yes.
on what to do with their finances, because a lot of times when we're older,
Yes.
and we might not have learned some things,
Yes.
when we
Oh
were
my
growing up about interest rates and how to maintain your credit score and all of these things we didn't learn when we were
Did not
growing
know.
up. So we educate kids junior high through high school on the matters of personal finance.
Yes.
And we provide all of the materials. Yes. And we are doing the educating so the teachers don't just have another thing on their plate. We donate the materials to them, and once they complete the program and they've saved and they've gone through these books. I wish I had brought a book with me, because I do have those materials.
Yeah.
So after they go through it, and then the school gets a donation. So we bring this big check to the schools to say thank you so much for educating the kids.
Yes.
Through the Youth Financial Literacy Foundation.
Yes.
And everybody loves it. The kids learn more than they've ever known about finances. The parents we have a parent night where
Give certificates.
we give certificates.
And
We have like a pizza party.
Yes.
A donut party, and everybody loves it. And the principal is excited to get funds for his school
Exactly.
or her school.
Exactly.
And so if you know someone who is a principal or someone who has any kind of nonprofit organization, I know that in some churches also have benefited from the program. So if you know someone who's looking for funding and they want us to come in and help with their educating the kids on the matters of personal finance, please reach out to us, and we would love to donate some money.
Definitely.
And also, like you were saying, we give out scholarships.
Scholarships.
So last year we gave away, what was it, $650,000?
$600,000 up to date.
$600,000.
Yes.
And this year we'll be giving out more. So if you know anyone who is a senior in high school or it's their first year in college, please have them to apply for the scholarship. We want it to be someone that is connected to somebody that we know who wins a scholarship. It could be up to like $25,000 just for them alone. And that could even pay for an associate's degree. Right. So we're interested in investing in whoever has the mindset enough to apply, get with us. We will definitely get you the information so that you can get some of these monies or donations,
Yes. Talking about the golden goose to lay the egg, we have all kind of golden eggs.
Yeah, have all kinds. I get so excited about this. We even went, we flew to Vegas where the kids received their scholarships on stage in front of a room full of people. We flew their families down, so everybody accepted it on stage, and it was really, really exciting. And one of the boys who won one of the scholarships was, he was an author, and he had written a book about how important it was to have multiple streams of income. And after, being in the program and how it helped his mindset to think about where he needs to be financially. The book, he was there selling his book there. And guess what? We all bought it.
Another golden goose.
So not only he got the scholarship, then he made a lot of sales that day. It was really, really cool.
It was awesome.
It was really cool.
It was awesome.
I love that.
So, yeah.
But then, I don't want to overtalk.
No, you
don't say,
I'm
a talker, y'all. Listen.
Because she's a teacher.
Listen, when I was in high school, I used to talk so much. It was ridiculous. Nothing bad, but I would just, talk. If you let me go, I will just...
She's fine. Believe me, that's what she says, but she's fine. We just have so much information that we want to give everyone from our heart, and it means a lot that we give this information because we really want to inspire everybody to have a chance to benefit from everything that we're talking about, because the benefits are there if you're looking for help in some of the areas that we have mentioned. So by all means, reach out. And
with the YFL, I know that we're giving out, the donations for the schools and all that, but I was even on the website, and it talked about the different stages that kids are at and what they should be learning financially at each one of those stages. And
That's
it was
good.
really eye-opening because, there's one stage where they're learning about coins, and then they're learning about savings, and then they're learning about
Banking.
banking and writing checks and
Yeah.
balancing budgets and
Yeah.
things like that. So each stage it got a little more complicated, got into investments, and it's really, really great to see because even as an adult, you say, okay, I started checking it off for myself. Did I know about this? Okay, yeah, I'm good on knowing the name of coins.
Right.
And just going to each thing and seeing if my kids knew about that, because I
That's good.
have a range.
Yeah,
So I was seeing,
yeah.
do they know about this? And then we talked about it. We put some YouTube videos up just so that they could get a refresher on those things.
And it's very important, it's very important because with this type of information for the kids and even for adults, a lot of us, I know a lot of you did out there, but possibly for the ones that didn't when we were in high school, if depending on your mom and how many kids your mom had, if you were a single mother, or even if you were a family, with mother and father, how much time your parents had to spend with you had a big effect on your life, and you didn't get this information. And it definitely makes a difference when we were talking earlier about the words and how powerful they are, because that's how we remember from children and on up. And like I said, for this level of education as far as financial literacy, we did not have that. My mom, our parents, and even friends, yes, they talked about certain things. Yes, I know about a checkbook and things like that. But like Vanessa was saying, when it comes to interest rates, or, you're going to college and I'm offering you credit cards when you first go to college,
Right.
like, yeah, I'll take that credit card,
Right.
$200. But little did
and
you
didn't
know
how to use the credit
exactly.
card.
They just
Sometimes people think they know how to use a credit card.
Exactly.
And,
Yes.
there is a way
Yes,
to use them.
Yes. And it's education. So definitely look forward to everyone getting in touch with us to get you this information.
And one of the scriptures that I wrote was Proverbs 4:7.
I have that
Is
one.
that
Go ahead.
Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all you're getting, get an understanding. So you want to, first is being aware of it, then start to be wise about your decisions and really understand what is going on with finances. Everybody's in a different place. Everybody starts in a different area, and everybody has things that they're strong at and things that they're not so strong at. But, once you get started on a journey with finances, you are just glad that you did.
Yes, it's so rewarding and it's so refreshing, and you be wanting to have a party. You be like, ooh, my credit went up, But it took discipline to get there. You didn't just jump on it, and then to educate your children. That's even more powerful. I just can't speak about that. I just can't speak about that overly. You just must. You just have to help them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just have to help them. Well, I have a scripture too, Vanessa. Matthew 6:21 says, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also."
Wherever you put your money.
Okay. That's what. So if you want to go shopping, I've been there, so I'm not talking about anyone specifically. Some years ago, without telling my age, I got paid and I was going to the mall. I'm going to the mall. I'm going to the mall. All I knew was the mall. And I'm going out. And look at here. So many more years later, you paying for your house, car note. No more mall, baby. You got somebody going to have to pay that bill. You want to drive that car? Oh, I'm going to get me a car. Oh, you think you're going to get a car and you think that you're going to go shopping too. Okay, we're gonna see what happens. So you know what I mean. You learn. If you did, you learn, or you're learning, or you will learn.
Sometimes
where you put your treasure, so is your heart.
That's where your toes will be pointed. Wherever your money goes, your toes will be pointed right there.
That's a good one. That's
your
a
heart
good one.
and your toes. I love that. You're so funny. Okay, so just playing big financially is really a learning process.
It is.
Because
it is.
Think about it.
Oh my God.
Do you want to play small or do you want to play big?
Mm-hmm.
Playing big is a learning process.
It's a learning process, y'all. All of this is a learning process. Believe us. Mm-hmm. We know.
Yeah.
And I know you probably can definitely convey what we're saying. It is such a learning curve.
And one of the things, we've been working with clients for some years now, and one of the obstacles that people have when it comes to their finances, and it sounds like such a simple thing, mm-hmm. but it's a big obstacle for a lot of people, wow. is to process your mail. Like, wow. Open your mail and see what is it that is coming your way. Like, what are they sending you, and why are they sending that to you, and what do you need to do with that information? Right. A big part of being financially literate and being financially stable is processing your mail. Check the mail, open it up, mm-hmm. read it. Because you are getting some very important information mm-hmm. coming to your house. And some people, they say, well, I don't want to be involved in the process of what's going on with my finances. Well, wow, you got to. That's one of the best things that you can do for yourself is be involved with your finances by opening your mail, reading it, and responding. Be responsive. If you are financially unresponsive, it's like you're in a coma. They send you mail just coming at your face, just mail, and you are not responsive, like you don't have a response for it. That's really irresponsible. That's really an issue. Yeah. It is. Because a lot of times you can get out of things
if you would have just read that letter. If you would have
just read that letter, you could have gotten out of things. And we have disputed so many people's inaccurate, unverifiable information and had things removed off of their credit report that, you just got to check the mail. Check the mail.
Just to be personal with y'all, I sometimes I do wait a couple days, but believe me, when my mind start thinking about it, I'm gonna open that letter. I'm telling you,
process the mail.
I'm telling you, open it, because you might have a check in there.
That's true.
And I didn't even open this up, and I got a check. Even if it's $5, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna cash that check. Mm-hmm. But what if it could be $4,000? Mm-hmm. And you'd be like, I wish I had, or if I had $200 more.
And it's over there in the mail.
And it's in the mail. You never checked the mail. And you could have had something paid off that you needed, and now it's going to be worse.
Yeah. So, that's a part of the financial roadmap, is, checking your mail. Mm-hmm. If you are interested in the process and what it is that we do mm-hmm. and how we help our clients to get to a better position financially, yes. please reach out to us. Yes. We're definitely here to serve. Of course, always. I'm Vanessa. My number is 936-668-6355 in Delcine.
St. Thomas, 832-458-8960.
And we're here to serve. That's what we do. When we leave here, we're going to be serving some more. We're going to be out in these streets. We're serving. We're serving. Okay, so, when we think about the tough love advice for today.
Oh, the tough love advice today. Remember, everybody has a golden egg. Yeah. Depending on how you want to use it mm-hmm. for your future. Mm-hmm. It's up to you. It's up to you.
Everything you do to benefit you financially is a golden egg. And we have unlimited amounts of golden eggs.
Yes, we do.
So everything that you do to benefit yourself financially is a golden egg.
It's a golden egg, y'all.
Take care of them. Take care of them.
Nice and shiny.
I'm going to close this out.
Close it out.
Okay, this has been another episode of Race to Wealth, where we focus on your financial health. So, and we're here with Boss Up Houston Network. We're on the Boss Up Houston Network. If you'd like to reach out to them, you can reach them on Boss Up Houston Network on all social media platforms. Also, you can contact Boss Up Houston Network if you're interested in advertising as well, or interested in being on the show at bossuphouston@gmail.com. And we will see you guys
Next Sunday.
next time. Adios.
Take care.